Today I'm here with a couple of members of my team, Karen and Laurie, and they have been managing our CrossRoads Cares Initiative. So Karen and Laurie, I really hope, it's been a couple of weeks now since we last wrapped, packed, and delivered our care packages with CrossRoads Cares. And I'm hoping you've had a chance to catch your breath, because it was a lot, and have a chance maybe to even reflect a bit. And so I just want to ask you a couple questions today in terms of things that you've learned and experienced from that time. And so I'm going to start with you, Laurie. If you could just share a little bit in terms of how this time has benefited you in terms of your role as local initiatives director.
There's two things that really have jumped out to me through this CrossRoads Cares initiative. One of them being the importance of the role of our school social workers. They are on the front lines with families in our community, and the heart and soul that they pour into their work is just amazing. And I look forward to continuing relationship with them. And the second thing is just the amount of need there is in our city. Food insecurity is an issue that I was well aware of, but didn't understand just the breadth and depth of it. It affects all quadrants of our city and families of all types and sizes. And it's an issue that we certainly will be continuing to focus on in the months ahead.
So Karen, you wore many hats during this time. I think probably the biggest one was volunteer coordinator. So tell us a little bit about what that was like for you.
Yes, indeed. There were many, many hats. Early on, it was very chaotic. There were few rules. There was um, lots of confusion about what we could do, what we couldn't do. We started out with having up to 9 people in one room. We had 200 volunteers. So managing the ratios, I guess, if you were number 150 and we were doing 9 a week, it was a long time before you were going to get called. So there was some management of expectations, probably from the volunteers. Most were very gracious and understood, and we did the best we could to communicate well with them. It was a big undertaking, actually, to go from one little room where we had 3 tables of food and 9 people packing and coordinating to a gymnasium with over 25 tables of food and teams as big as 15, which was our cap at one point, in there, and packing up to, we did at most 44 boxes in one day, which was pretty momentous.
Awesome. So Laurie, how would you say in terms of the experience that we've had now, how has that impacted our relationship with schools?
Well, going into this CrossRoads Cares initiative, we had good relationship with 4 schools in our city. And coming out now on the other end of this, we were able to provide support to 23 different schools. And those relationships probably would not have happened if it hadn't been for COVID. And so we are now sitting in a place of good visibility and credibility with those schools, both Red Deer Public and Red Deer Catholic. And I'm really looking forward to what God has in store for us. This is not a common situation where a church has been able to establish the type of rapport that we have now with these schools. And I can only imagine that there's going to be a lot of good things down the road as we continue to nurture and develop the relationships that have started.
So Karen, I know that you had something you wanted to share for our church family. So this is your chance. What would you like to say?
Thank you for this opportunity. I feel that my name was on the bottom of all of the emails. I feel that my face was the one greeting you at the door for the volunteers. So for those who turned up once, those who turned up twice, every week, I just want to say thank you. This was not just, you were not just the hands and the feet of Jesus, but you were the face of Jesus. And as you delivered those boxes, the impact that you have had, not that we as a church as well, but the impact that you have had is really inestimable. And I just want to say thank you for being that willing to be the willing face of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we just want to say thank you as well, just as a whole team and as the leadership of the church, for anyone who is involved. As we've said before, if you brought in any food to donate, if you prayed, if you spent some time as a volunteer, whatever it is that you participated in any way, we are so grateful. This was a huge win for our community. So thank you so much.